Welcome to my official Week 4 picks and predictions for the 2024 college football season. In this video, I'm going to go through every single top 25 game. I will predict the scores, the spreads, and the over-unders. Now, last week I went 15-1 with my normal predictions, and I went 10-6 against the spread, and I went 7-9 with my over-under predictions. But anyways, let's get into predicting these Week 4 matchups. And the first ranked matchup of Week 4 is number 22 Nebraska versus number 24 Illinois on Friday night. This game will be played Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Both these teams are 3-0 heading into this game, but I'm not too high on Illinois, and I'm a lot higher on Nebraska. Nebraska has a top 15 defense, and they also have the offense this year. They have a very experienced offensive line. They are 4 deep at running back, and they have a 5-star true freshman quarterback in Dylan Raiola. I know Illinois had that good win over Kansas, but I'm still not too high on this Illinois team. I don't see them doing much than making a bowl game in 2024, and I like Nebraska to win this game 30-16. I have Nebraska covering the spread, and I have the over in this game. Now let's move on to the Saturday games. The first game is between number 3 Ohio State and Marshall. This game will be played Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. This is another really easy matchup for Ohio State. They're going to walk through this game and blow out Marshall. Marshall isn't a terrible group of 5 team, but Marshall does not match up with Ohio State. Nothing much to say about this game. Give me Ohio State in this game 48-7. I have Ohio State covering the spread, and I have the over in this game. The next game is number 21 Clemson versus NC State. This game will be played Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. And I had NC State winning this game in the offseason, but after watching these two teams play, I don't see a way NC State ends up winning this game. They do not look that great, and they have not impressed me at all. NC State has really struggled to move the ball. They lost to Tennessee by 41 points, and I believe they won't even have their quarterback this week. Their quarterback, Grayson McCall, got injured last week, and he's supposed to be out for this game. And there's a reason Clemson is a big favorite in this game. I'm personally not too high on Clemson either, but with how bad the ACC looks, they have a realistic shot to make the ACC championship game. And I do think Clemson is going to win this game at home 31-17. I do think NC State will play a little bit better and cover that spread, and I have the under for this game. I think NC State's defense will be good enough to keep Clemson in the 30s. I don't see Clemson scoring 40 or 50 points like Tennessee did. I still have questions with that Clemson offense, but regardless, Clemson is a way better team than NC State, so give me Clemson by 2 scores in this game. The next game is number 20 Iowa State versus Arkansas State. This game will be played Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Iowa State is coming off a big win against Iowa 2 weeks ago. They actually had a bye week last week, and I don't see them having many issues with winning this game. Arkansas State isn't a bad group of 5 team, but they have struggled to move the ball offensively this year, and Iowa State's defense should help them win this game. Iowa State is just a lot better of a team than Arkansas State is. Give me Iowa State in this game 31-13, but I do think Arkansas State covers the spread, and I have the under in this game. I do think Arkansas State could be a contender to make the Sun Belt Conference Championship this year, but they are no match for Iowa State, and I definitely have Iowa State winning this game. The next game is number 10 Penn State versus Kent State. This game will be played Saturday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Penn State is coming off a bye week, but before that bye week, they had that ugly performance against Bowling Green. I honestly don't know what happened in that game, but they are playing against a terrible Kent State team, and there's no way they are going to struggle against this team. Kent State is coming off a game that they lost to Tennessee 71-0, and it could have been way worse. I don't see Penn State scoring in the 60s like some people are expecting them to do. It is pretty rare for Penn State to score in the 60s. But regardless, Kent State has no chance in this game, and I don't see Penn State struggling against another bad team. Give me Penn State in this game big, 52-6, but I do have Kent State plus 49. That is a very high spread, and I have the over in this game. Let's move on to one of the bigger matchups of Week 4, and that game is number 18 Michigan hosting number 11 USC. This game will be played Saturday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And a lot of people probably expected Michigan to dominate USC in the offseason, but I was actually one of the few people that picked USC to upset Michigan. But this game would no longer be an upset. USC is actually the favorite in this game. And I still have not switched my prediction. USC is going to win this game. I have USC winning this game 27-20. I have them covering the spread, and I have the over in this game. Michigan just does not have the quarterback to compete with good teams this year. I really think Michigan is an overrated team, and they are basically Iowa, maybe a little bit better, but they are just a borderline top 25 team, and I'm serious about that. I don't see Michigan getting blown out again at home. They should play a cleaner game. They are starting Alex Orji this week, and there's no way they're going to throw mini picks like they have the past couple of weeks. I think they will throw one interception max, and they are going to run the ball a lot more in this game. And Michigan might be a little bit better in the trenches, but USC has the way better all-around team. So give me USC in this game 27-20. The next game is number 17 Notre Dame versus Miami, Ohio. This game will be played Saturday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Notre Dame is a super confusing team. They can't score any points against a team like Northern Illinois, but then they go and score 66 points against Purdue. They might have just forgotten to show up against Northern Illinois 2 weeks ago. I still think Notre Dame has a shot at the playoffs, but they will have to win out, and that's going to be difficult to do when they have teams like USC, Louisville, and Georgia Tech still on their schedule. But Miami, Ohio isn't a great team. They're a solid group of 5 team, and they could give Notre Dame some struggles offensively, but I don't see Notre Dame having back-to-back losses against group of 5 teams. Miami, Ohio isn't a bad group of 5 team, but I'm going to trust Notre Dame to win this game. Give me Notre Dame in this game 31-10. But I do think that is a high spread, so give me Miami, Ohio covering the spread, and I have the under in this game. The next game is number 19 Louisville versus Georgia Tech. This game will be played Saturday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I think this game is going to help us to learn a lot more about these two teams. I'm pretty high on Louisville, but they haven't played anybody. Their offense has looked really good, albeit against bad competition. And I know what to expect from that Louisville defense. They should be one of the top ACC defenses. And if they can get a passing game going and be more consistent offensively than they were last season, then they could be a legit ACC title contender. The ACC is wide open with teams like Florida State and NC State not looking good. And Louisville might just be my pick to make the ACC championship game against Miami, because obviously I think Miami is the best team in the ACC. But Louisville is going to have a decent test against Georgia Tech, who is coming off a bye week. I think this Georgia Tech team is good, and they should be able to compete in this game. But I really like this Louisville team, and they do have this game at home. So give me Louisville in this game 31-23, but I do have Georgia Tech covering the spread. And I do have the under in this game, and Louisville is definitely on upset alert in this game. The next game is number 23 Northern Illinois versus Buffalo. This game will be played Saturday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Outside of the 38-0 loss against Missouri, Buffalo hasn't looked that bad. They won both of their last games by double digits, albeit against bad competition. But this is a game that could be tricky for Northern Illinois, because they are coming off a bye week and they are coming off an emotional win against a top 5 Notre Dame team. And this is a game that Buffalo could come out and play to try to get a big win against a top 25 team. And I don't think Northern Illinois is actually a top 25 team. I really think Notre Dame just didn't show up to play. Northern Illinois is a solid team. They actually could contend for their conference, but I don't think they are a top 25 team when you look at all the teams in college football. So this game could be a little bit tricky for Northern Illinois, and I am keeping that in mind. I would put Northern Illinois on upset alert probably, but I still think Northern Illinois should win this game. They have it at home, and I don't have great expectations for Buffalo this season. So give me Northern Illinois in this game 37-21. I do have them covering the spread, and I have the over in this game. The next game is number 16 LSU versus UCLA. This game will be played at a weird start time of 3:40 p.m. Eastern Time this Saturday. UCLA might just be the worst Power 4 team. They are definitely the worst team in the Big Ten, but they have a lot of things to clean up. They have a whole new coaching staff, and they should really struggle on the road against a good LSU team. I like LSU to win this game 38-14, but I do like UCLA to cover that spread. That is a very high spread, and I do think they will show up a little bit more to play this week. LSU was coming off a tough game against South Carolina, so I do think LSU will kind of sleep through this game, and I don't think they will score a bunch of points to cover that spread. But regardless, I don't think there's a way UCLA wins this game. So give me LSU in this game 38-14. I have UCLA covering the spread, and I have the under in this game. The next game is number 14 Oklahoma State versus number 12 Utah. This game will be played Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And this is totally a game that deserved a game day appearance, but they went with another game that I will get to later in this video. Cam Rising is supposed to be back for this game, so that gives them more of a realistic chance in this game. But Oklahoma State has this game at home, and they are going to be focused in this game. I like Oklahoma State to win this game 30-27 in a close one. Give me Oklahoma State plus 1.5 and give me the over in this game. I still have some question marks with this Utah team. They really struggle without Cam Rising, and I also have some questions with that secondary. The Big 12 is absolutely wide open, but I trust the home team to win this game. The next game is number 7 Missouri versus Vanderbilt. This game will be played Saturday at 4:15 p.m. Eastern Time. This is going to truly test if Vanderbilt is actually a decent team this year. Vanderbilt could be a decent team but still not make a bowl game in the SEC. That is just how dominant the SEC is. And they are playing against a top 10 team in the Missouri Tigers. I do think there are some holes in this Missouri team that haven't been talked about enough. And Missouri could be a little bit overranked. They struggled with the Boston College team that I don't even think is that good. But regardless, I do think Missouri should beat Vanderbilt. Even if Vanderbilt got a little bit better this year, Vanderbilt will always be Vanderbilt. They have a lot of growing to do if they actually want to be a good team. So give me Missouri in this game, 33-21. But give me Vanderbilt covering the spread, and I have the over in this game. I like Vanderbilt to show up to play, but they do not have the talent to match up with Missouri. The next game is number 8 Miami versus South Florida. This game will be played Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Miami better not take South Florida lightly because this is an in-state rivalry game, and I think South Florida is a pretty good group of 5 team, and they are a sleeper in the American Conference. And I think in general they are a sleeper in the group of 5, and they can make a sneaky run to the college football playoff this season. They have decent offensive upside, and they returned 20 starters from last season. This is a solid South Florida squad, so Miami better not take them lightly. But I do think this Miami team is legit, and I don't see them struggling in this game. Give me Miami in this game, 41-13. I have Miami covering the spread, and I have the under in this game. The next game is number 15 Oklahoma versus number 6 Tennessee. This game is the game day appearance, and it will be played this Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm very high on this Tennessee team, and I think they could be a national title contender. In Oklahoma, on the other hand, they have some major concerns on the offensive line. And Jackson Arnold still has a lot to learn at the quarterback position. And I think that Tennessee front 7 is going to give Oklahoma's offensive line a ton of trouble in this game. Oklahoma has a whole new starting offensive line, and they have really struggled offensively against not so great teams. I have Tennessee winning this game 34-21. I definitely would take them to cover the spread, and I have the under in this game. This is going to be a big opportunity for Oklahoma to pull off a win at home, but I don't think they have what it takes to beat the number 6 team in the country, the Tennessee Volunteers. So definitely give me Tennessee in this game by 2 scores. The next game is number 25 Texas A&M versus Bowling Green. This game will be played this Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Bowling Green gave Penn State trouble a couple of weeks ago, but I like Texas A&M to control this game at home. Their defense will be too much for Bowling Green. I like Texas A&M to win this game 31-10, but I am going to say Bowling Green can cover that spread, and I have the under in this game. I still have some questions with that Texas A&M offense, and they could totally struggle to score points in this game. But I could absolutely be wrong. Regardless, I have Texas A&M winning this game 31-10. The next game is number 5 Ole Miss versus Georgia Southern. This game will be played this Saturday at 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Ole Miss has just been walking through their games, and Ole Miss once again is a huge favorite in this game. Nothing much to say about this game. Georgia Southern is an okay group of 5 team, but they can't match up with Ole Miss. Give me Ole Miss in this game 45-10. But I do have Georgia Southern barely covering the spread, and I have the under in this game. I believe Ole Miss has covered the spread just about every week, but I'm going to go with Georgia Southern to cover the spread this week. The next game is number 1 Texas versus UL Monroe. This game will be played this Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, this is another easy matchup for Texas. UL Monroe was projected to be one of the worst FBS teams this year. They have actually overexceeded expectations so far, starting 2-0, but they are not a good team. Let's not get confused. Give me Texas 52-6 in this game, even with Arch Manning projected to be the starter. And I also think Texas should easily cover the spread, and I have the over in this game. Now let's move on to the final game of Week 4. And this will be the Saturday night game at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time between BYU and number 13 Kansas State. This is totally a game that has Kansas State on upset alert. They are coming off a big win against Arizona, and now they have to travel to BYU to play a sneaky BYU team. They had that win over TCU, and they do have some defensive upside, but I do think Kansas State has enough talent to win this game. I think it will be close. It will be a tricky night game for Kansas State, but still, give me Kansas State in this game 27-24. I have BYU +7, and I have the over in this game. But anyways, that is going to do it for my Week 4 picks and predictions. You guys let me know some of your predictions down in the comments below. Let me remind you guys to like the video and also subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. And if you guys love college football, then you will love this channel because we upload a ton of college football content and we basically cover everything on this channel. So definitely consider subscribing and also consider checking out my socials down in the description below. But that is going to do it, guys, and peace out.